Welcome, this is GrainPro grain update for today, the 6th of June 2019. With me I have GrainPro traders, Josh Bidett, Nick McCarthy, Cameron Nichols. Guys, haven't we seen some disparity in the market over like 3 weeks? You know, it was so suppressed 3 weeks ago, perhaps mid-June or mid-May. We saw prices like $3.50 perhaps for delivered Melbourne. It stayed there for quite some time, and over the last sort of 10 days or so we've just seen the market catch up out of that suppression, out of that doom and gloom. Of course, Chicago has seen some weather activity in the United States, and has seen that, I guess, farmers looking towards beans because they can't get on. So Josh, what have you seen lately?
Absolutely, Mario. It's been a very volatile, especially last, I'd say, week or two, really.
Yeah.
And we've seen that spill over into the other markets as well, not just Melbourne. Queensland and South Australia have both taken little runs, as well as New South Wales when it comes to the Central West and Northern New South Wales.
Wow. And Nick, you've seen something in New South Wales and with cereals?
Yeah, I think over the last few weeks, it's amazing what a bit of weather does. When the rain tends to fall in big clumps over areas, we often see prices drop. I think
it's been a bit patchy though, hasn't it?
It has, yeah, it has. Victoria's set up pretty well in Central Vic and the Western Districts, and obviously in the Kiwa Valley areas.
Right.
Southern New South Wales not looking too bad as well in areas, but you don't have to go far north of Wagga here, it dries out. But I think once that weather cleared, and the reality setting of where the dry areas are, we're hearing in Western Australia being quite dry at the moment. South Australia, apart from the southeast, not looking brilliant. We probably have a reality check on where the stocks sit.
Right.
And I think growers are realising that it's still a long way until we start seeing headers rolling. So there had to be some upside once everything settled down after that rain.
Right, talking about Western Australia, Cameron, the last update, things are drying up over there.
Oh, no,
things aren't moving as quickly.
Absolutely, yeah. You know, it's they've had a pretty ordinary start over there, and Western Australia, of course, being export, follows Chicago,
right,
and that's driven prices over there as well as the dry weather.
What are the exporters doing? I mean, seriously, they're getting other jobs, or
yeah, I don't know. A lot of stuff's coming over the east as well, of course.
And
that's sort of a big part of the market over there this year, where it normally isn't. But there's some rain on the forecast over there for Thursday onwards, so significant, yeah. So that could have effect on prices over there again.
Right. What talking prices? What have you seen? What have you seen in the last few months?
Oh, oats have jumped up to $400 a tonne over there now. A bit over $400 a tonne. Wheat is probably $350. Barley $330, something like that. That's port over there. So it's much firmer than it was at harvest over there anyway.
How about you, Nick? What are you seeing with prices up in FAT, Newcastle, and
Barley seems to be drying up a little bit. We're not seeing any offers out of Canberra anymore, which was quite strong if you go back 2 months. We're seeing Newcastle wheat and barley offers running pretty square at the moment, just over that $400 mark.
Nice.
And Brisbane again, we're seeing the wheat and barley both push up to that 400 and above again. So
it's getting more realistic.
It is, it's a lot more favourable for the guys who still own grain on farm.
Of course.
They're back in the market now when they're seeing 400 support.
And you think they've been holding off for that magic number?
I think 400 is the magic number for your base level wheats. Obviously, we've still got some high protein stuff floating around, and the growers are looking for a premium on it. Not that that's there currently, but as we said, it's still a long way till we start seeing some more grain come off.
Right. And Josh, you're at both ends of the East Coast. You're doing Queensland and South Australia, so obviously give us a little bit of a rundown on what's happening.
Absolutely, yeah. Queensland, as I mentioned, taking a little bit of a run up. So we're seeing barley and wheat off there pretty square as well, similar to New South Wales, in those sort of 400, 410 values. And South Australia is a little bit different, obviously, as they've been shipping primarily most of their grain over to the East Coast. And we're seeing a little bit firmer numbers there as well. Not as strong, obviously, as Victoria or New South Wales, but we're getting there definitely sort of mid-300s.
Good, thanks, Josh. Well, thank you. This is what we've got our eyes on. We're seeing a bullish market, as you heard from our traders, and until next week. Thank you.
We sell further.